All right, welcome everyone to tonight's affiliate meeting where we will again be explaining the changes to the Gold Diggers competition. But just before I go there, I would just like to make us all aware of the meet and greet that is going to be in Johannesburg on Monday, this coming Monday. It's on just to confirm the date, the 23rd of March, like I said, this coming Monday. Just please arrive 6:30 for 7 o'clock, and it will be at the Honey Rock Hotel or Motel, sorry, in Honeydew, and that is opposite the Honeydew police station. For those of you that are in the Johannesburg area and you are maybe familiar with that area, that is where the event is going to be. It's going to be a meet and greet where you get to meet, as you can see, the whole team will be there. The CEO, Mr. Donovan James, the CFO, Mr. George Varden, the COO, Watson Ranganyane, the CTO, Mr. JP Rademacher, the CIO, Mr. Neil Andrews, then our corporate attorney, Mr. Shafiq Satardin, and then our MMD, Mr. Ravashan Sigdowi, I don't know how you pronounce that name. I'm still trying to get used to them. And then myself, I will be there as well to do the business presentation. And obviously, it looks like I'll be doing the talking business side. So, any case, folks, we'll be there on Monday, and that is a chance for everyone to literally meet and greet the team. Because sometimes when you join opportunities, you don't always get to meet the people that are literally leading the company in the direction that you're hoping to go with. So in this case, you can say, hey, I've met JP, I've met Donovan, I've met Neil, I've met so-and-so. I've met the person that is on the video right now that I'm listening to, or I've met the person that is responsible for making those decisions. I met the person that's doing this. I met the person. So you can literally say you have met face to face with those people. So that's the importance of the meet and greet. So for anyone that can make it on Monday to the meet and greet in Johannesburg, we are asking that you please bring back any friends with you or family that would love to see and hear about the opportunity as well. If they aren't in already, this will be a perfect opportunity for them to literally see firsthand who the team is, but also at the same time hear about the opportunity from the team live in person. So that's going to be great. And I'm sure for those of you that will make it there, there will also be option to possibly get some live feedback from the team, because we'll obviously, like we say, Watson will be there, so I'm sure he's going to be able to give us some sort of feedback as to what's happening on the ground. Donovan will give us feedback, and JP, no doubt about it, will probably give us feedback. So that meet and greet, I potentially think is going to be a great opportunity for everyone to just see what is going on in the business. All right, at the current moment. Okay, so I'm going to go into the presentation for now. All right, I changed my shareholder slides on Monday, but I didn't quite change the slides on the shareholders because I mean the affiliates, because I did it the week before. But this opening slide, I did change it slightly on the other presentation, but I'm just going to leave it here for now because I see I didn't change it. But we're talking about Aureus Alliance Holdings, and it's a holding company that is building gold-backed impact ventures. And obviously, we're doing that through doing real gold mining, and then that will give us real profits. And that is the basis of the company. But tonight, we are talking about something different, the second side of the business, which not many people are obligated to do, but there are those that do it because they enjoy making the extra money, which in this case is the more instant gratification version of the business, because you can make money like right now for sharing the business, whereas the dividends only come when the dividends are available. So in this case, we are giving back to the community that is building up the greater community of Aureus. All right, so that being said, let me just move on. All right, so as I said, the reason you want to become an Aureus affiliate, I always use the example, and I'm going to keep on using it because everyone knows KFC worldwide. Doesn't matter where you are, I'm sure KFC is in your country. So if you go to KFC and you buy a burger and you have a lekker or a nice a meal, and you enjoy it and the experience was good, you're going to go and tell your friend or your family or whoever, hey man, I had this great zinger burger and I just, I was so hungry, I just didn't need to go home and cook or do anything, and it was just convenient. Now, your friend or your family, whoever you told, might go and do the same, and they might go and have a burger and they might enjoy it as well. But that interaction never gave you anything. It gave you satisfaction of giving someone good news, yes, and giving them convenience. But it doesn't mean that you got anything beneficial out of it. They didn't give you discount. They didn't give you anything monetary wise to say, hey, thank you for doing that. In this case, Aureus is taking it a step further, because we know word of mouth sometimes is the greatest tool for any business. We know that when you join as a shareholder and you believe in the company and the vision, that the greatest tool is you, because you are going to go and tell the next person what it's about, and you are going to share the business because you are happy to be in it. And that is where you get paid, for sharing the business with your link that you find in your dashboard. And that's the entire idea behind the Aureus affiliate program. It's a simple, as I said, optional way, because this isn't the core business. This is just the side business for now, and it won't be available for all of Aureus's existence, because only once the shares, or should I say, it's only available until the shares are sold out. When all 1.4 million shares are sold out, the affiliate program will no longer be there. So it is a little bit time sensitive. I hate to twist the arms, but it is a little bit time sensitive. And as I said, the Gold Diggers competition has changed, and I'm going to explain it just now in a few slides later. But it's there for people that like sharing opportunities. And like I said, I know some other companies, they don't last very long. So a lot of people say speed is the key. I don't want to have to use that terminology here, because we are talking about a long-term business. But in this case, the affiliate program is a little bit time sensitive. So the quicker you can get your teams growing, the better for them to benefit and for you to benefit. So unfortunately, that part of it, I have to be honest, is time sensitive. All right. So moving on. So like I said, the affiliate side of the business is basically made up of two parts. All right. If you are to share the business with someone, the business is already putting aside 15% of the funds that it raises through shares towards affiliates, which is 2.6 or almost 2.7 million in this phase. If all of our shares in this phase are sold out, ideally, I'm just using this example of 599,051 shares at $30, then that means we are raising 17, just short of 18 million for the whole phase. And then the shares, I mean, the affiliate section or portion pool available for that is 2.6, almost 2.7 million, right? Then that means there is that available to pay affiliates out. You will get a breakdown of 10% and 5%, which I'll explain in the next slide. And then also the Gold Diggers competition will also get almost 2.7 million. But that's now not just 10 winners. There are 4 tiers or 4 stages. You get a prospectus stage of 15% of that pool. You get a minor stage of 25%. You get a digger stage of 30%. And then you get a master diggers. Again, I forgot to change my wording on my slide again. I do apologize. It's supposed to be master diggers at 30% at the bottom there. I do apologize. I forgot that slide as well again today. All right, so I'm going to move on. What I'm going to first do now is explain the affiliate side, and then I will go into the master, the competition, the Gold Diggers competition explanation later. All right, so sorry, my slides are going backwards. How the affiliate commission works. So when you introduce someone who decides to buy shares, you earn a 15% direct sales commission. How that then is broken down, as I said, comes into 2 parts. 10% goes into your USDT wallet on your dashboard, which you then can withdraw or you can convert it to shares. Sorry, I've just got something choking me up a little bit. Sorry about that. Excuse me. All right. And then 5%, the business or the system will automatically buy you fractional shares. Now, those fractional shares, they call them fractional shares, but for now, sometimes those fractional shares can be whole shares depending on what and how much it is. Any case, we do know that we have to consolidate our shares. If you have not done so, please go and watch the video that was shared on YouTube from JP on how to consolidate your shares, because I believe a lot of people are still not seeing their correct shares. Please go and consolidate your shares, but make sure that your fractional shares you consolidate last out of everything that is available to consolidate. Fractional shares get consolidated last. All right, then you should see all of your shares, all of everything should be available as it should be. All right, moving on. So I'm going to give you a scenario now of someone that buys $10,000 worth of shares. And so you're going to introduce a person by the name of John, right? Now, John goes and buys $10,000 worth of shares. What happens is you will earn 10%, which means you get $1,000 paid to your USDT wallet. Then 5%, which is $500, the system will buy you fractional shares. Now, because the system bought fractional shares for you, what happens now is the next step, your $500 value of fractional shares also ensures that the person above you, your sponsor, in this case it's Tom, will earn 10% in USDT, which is $50, and then also 5% in fractional shares, which is $25, and then his upliner will also receive. So this process can go up to 4 levels up, and that is as high as it goes. All right, so I'm not going to put slide after slide after slide explaining who gets what percentage, but it's just the same thing. It's 10% to your USDT wallet and 5% to fractional shares. And as long as there's people that are getting fractional shares above you, it will carry on 4 levels high. All right, so now coming to the new, that's the affiliate side, as simple as that. It's just a 15% direct commission that the company pays you for saying thank you for inviting someone. Now, the next part is for those that are slightly more competitive and you feel like you really, really want to make money. And I said this is the instant gratification part of the business. I hate to use that term, instant gratification, but there are some of us that are, how can I say, we're hungry for money, right? And we want to succeed no matter what. Yes, we understand. Let's not get it wrong. We understand that Aureus, as a shareholder, we're only going to get dividends 4 times a year, right? But we also understand that right now it does give the opportunity for us to make money while we're waiting for those dividends. And this is where the gold diggers competition steps in, and it makes it amazing, because the thing is, once the gold diggers competition kicks in, or has kicked in, a lot of people are making good money from it for introducing people into the business. So this is the first stage or first tier. So the qualifying criteria, as you can see, is this white text under the heading. So for you to qualify for stage 1, you have to have $500 to $4,999 of personal sales. In other words, when I say personal sales, I mean the persons you introduced directly should have bought for that value. Now, this tier gets 15% of the gold diggers prize pool. As I said, it was just short of 2.7 million. So the prize pool in this stage is $404,359, right? So it still breaks it down 40%, 20%, 12%, and 4% for 4th place to 10th place. You still get the same breakdown there, but you have its own 10 winners in that category. So the first place person in this category or this stage would get 161,743. Remember, this is if all shares are sold out in this phase. Don't go at the end of this phase and say, hey, but you told me I'm going to get this money. This is obviously if everyone sells all the shares out, or should I say if all the shares are sold out, not everyone, but if all the shares are sold out, right? Second place would earn 80,871. The third place, $48,523. And then everyone from 4th to 10th place would earn $16,174. That's for the first stage called prospectus. The second stage, the criteria for qualifying is $5,000 to $19,999 worth of shares sold to any of your direct referrals. Now, this stage gets 20% of the gold diggers prize pool, and that comes to 673,932. So that means the person that could win in first place stands a chance to win $269,572. The second place could earn $134,786. The third place, $80,871. And everyone from 4th to 10th place could earn $26,957. That is stage 2, called your minors, between $5,000 and $19,999 qualifying sales. All right. Stage 3 or tier 3 would be diggers. This is qualifying from 20,000 to 59,999, and the slight added criteria here is that it has to be with 3 direct referrals. You have to have signed up 3 direct referrals with that monetary value to then qualify. And this stage then gets 30% of the gold diggers prize pool, which is $808,718. So the first place person would get $323,487. The second place person would receive $161,743. The third place, $97,046, and everyone from 4th to 10th place would have received $32,348. So that is tier 3 or stage 3, where your qualifying criteria are 3 direct referrals buying for a value of $20,000 to $59,999. All right. Stage 4 or tier 4 would be master diggers. That would be anyone that is able to get $60,000 worth of sales or more with 5 direct referrals minimum doing that. So that would be a 30% of the gold diggers prize pool, again at 808,718, which means the first place again earns 323,487. The second place earning $161,743. The third place earning $97,046, and the 4th to 10th place earning $32,348. All right, so why does this exist? As I said, any business that really wants to succeed often goes through growth stages. And in most cases, as I said, word of mouth can be the greatest tool for any business, because it doesn't really cost too much to do that. All it costs is just a great opportunity, great compensation in whatever way, and then people will automatically just share what's good and what they believe is going to work for them. So in this case, it's to reward the people who help the community grow. And that's it. It's as simple as that. And there have been a lot of people already that have built bigger teams and have a good following of a team behind them, because they see the vision of Aureus Alliance Holdings. So there's no pressure, because it's just you honestly saying, hey, I know and I feel that this is going to work. Please come and have a look. Come and join the team. See how we can earn together. And that is it. There's no obligations. No one's forcing you to do it. It's just a simple way to earn more money by sharing something you believe in. And that being said, Folks, if you are trying to share the business and you do not believe in the business and you have any doubts at the moment, it's not going to work for you. I don't want to have to tell you that you have to sound positive because I'm not the one to come and give you coaching on that. I'm not here to motivate. All I can say is that it's all about the mindset. We have all been brainwashed in the past with a lot of spam and scam things out there. But let's be honest. If I ask each and every one of you, how long has gold been on the earth? And I'm sure none of you can actually answer the question. So it's not something that's just going to disappear overnight. As long as a company can mine the gold and we can produce the gold, we should earn shares in the company's dividends when they are available. So it's not a case of can we, it's a case of when we, because we know they haven't started mining yet. And we will get explained this on Monday, I'm sure, when JP and Donovan are there live in person. And that being said, I didn't say it in the beginning. Everyone that cannot make it to Johannesburg, the Zoom meeting will be shown live on Monday. So it's going to be an hour and a half earlier. Yes, it's going to be an hour and a half earlier because we will be streaming live from 7 o'clock. And the Zoom meeting will take place on Monday, that time where we are at the Johannesburg live meet and greet. So just to let you know for everyone, if you have a team, just let them know the Zoom meeting on Monday is going to be an hour and a half earlier than normal. So, like I said, but I know I believe in the company. I wouldn't be here if I wasn't. And I wouldn't be speaking to you about the opportunity if I didn't believe in the company. We just have to understand that from what I have done, I've done a little bit of research, but I may be wrong because my research may not be 100%. But I believe the research I did was adequate enough, and it told me that Zimbabwe has rainy season anywhere from December until March. And that is where we are right now. So whether the company knew this or not, I can't say. I'm not on that team to understand whether they did that testing or did the analysis or knew the history of rain seasons in Zimbabwe. But they do say that that is generally when rain falls, right? And we have seen that the area that we are mining is wetland, and when it rains, it's the ground gets wet and it's muddy. So we just have to understand that right now we're just waiting for things to dry out. And I'm sure once things are on track, which should happen from now on, we're going to see good mining results because the company's going to put its all in to get us back on track. All right. So that being said, folks, that is the end of my presentation. I'll just put up on the screen again the invite for Monday's share meet and greet for anyone that is in the Johannesburg area. You guys are welcome to join us at 6:30 for 7 p.m. on Monday at the Honey Rock Motel in Honeydew, and this will be with the whole team available. Those of us will be flying up, but those that are in Johannesburg can meet and greet the team there. All right. So anyone with questions, please raise your hand so I can clarify, especially if you don't know what's going on with the new Gold Diggers competition, or if you have any other questions relating to affiliate competition, please, or the affiliate side, please ask the questions. Raise your hand, we'll unmute you, and then you can ask your question, or you can type it in the chat box, and we'll answer it from there. Thanks, man. All right. Just waiting for anyone to ask any questions if you are unsure. Does everyone understand the new Gold Diggers competition? Everyone that was on tonight, do you understand the Gold Diggers competition and how it's broken down now that there will be 40 winners across the four stages? All right. Okay, I'm not sure if everyone is hearing me because it seems like it's very, very quiet and no response tonight. My mic is on. Yes, it is on. Okay. All right, folks.
I can I can hear you perfectly clearly, Paul.
Okay, no problem. It's just obviously I don't hear my own feedback to know if I'm on or not on. Folks, if there is no questions or no one wanting to ask any questions or clarifying anything, then I suppose it will be the end of the meeting. For those of you that can see us on Monday, we will see you on Monday. We will have another meeting, obviously on Friday, the shareholders meeting on Friday at 8:30. Please, we do have a lot of people joining us earlier than 8:30, and then they like come on and they say meeting is finished. I normally start the Zoom meeting early so I can set up and the meeting is open. It doesn't mean that it has finished. It's just me playing music in the background. That is my normal modus operandi. I play music in the background just to get people excited and motivated. And then I start at 8:30. So please, when you come and you find that there's hardly anyone on the Zoom meeting and the music is playing and nothing is on the screen, it's just me setting up the Zoom meeting. So please don't feel bad. It's 8:30 starting time. The only time it's going to change is, like I said, now we know Monday we are going to be streaming live from Joburg, and that event is starting at 7 o'clock. So the stream will be an hour and a half earlier, but we will let you know on the time change when that is possible. But most of the time, the Zoom meetings, when I'm here currently at my own home, I will do it at 8:30 South African time. So just check your local time. I did post most of our countries that most of our leaders are from in our Zoom chat. I'm sorry, in the WhatsApp chat. So most countries should be able to see when the Zoom meeting is starting compared to our time. All right. So that being said, folks, if no one last time, anyone have a question? Put up your hand.
Paul, can I just add one thing quickly?
You may add one thing quickly because there's always icing needed on the cake.
Well, as I've said on the group chat, if anyone feels demotivated or needs motivation, I will give it to them free of charge. They just need to DM me, and I will work with them with private training.
Yeah, no, look, don't get me wrong in what I said just now. I don't mean I'm not here to motivate you. Look, I hear and I see what, I see what Robert was typing there. It's not that I don't want to motivate people. It's just that that was not the idea of the meeting. It's not here for me to motivate you. It's just here to train you on what the affiliate side is. But by all means, I always try and motivate people because I'm one of those, and that's why is Nashi on? Let's see if Nashi is still available. Nashi, is she available? Nashi, unmute yourself there.
Yes, I'm available.
Nashi, just please, in your own words, tell me what, when I share the music with you, just give your feedback to everyone. I'm not going to put words in your mouth. You know what I told you it's for. You tell me what you sent to me yesterday. I just want you to say it in your words to everyone.
Yes, I said, well, I played the music several times, and in playing it, even my son said he sees I'm praying with the music because it was so motivational and it just kept me upbeat that what is coming is great, and we should just keep holding on. That was it.
No, thank you. Thank you. So, yes, so anyone that does hear the music that I play before the meeting, I created it to be uplifting and to be motivational, especially for us in our circumstances of trying to find work or something that is going to be long term, that's going to make money for us, that's going to motivate us as individuals to look after our families and our community. So most of the songs I created them, yes, and they are my creations. So you're only going to hear them from me. Those songs will not be found anywhere else unless I've shared them with someone like I have with Nashi. So they are only available. The one song was sent to me by a member of our Aureus family as well, which is the Gold Diggers, the one that starts off from South Africa, I think is the words from the country of South Africa, or something to that effect. But it's called Gold Diggers. You'll hear it in the words. It's Gold Diggers. It's also an amazing song that he created for us as a community. So, folks, we want to motivate you. So, if you want to, anyone that wants these songs, you can DM me, and I'll also send you the link to the Google Drive where I have the songs. It's up to you. I'm not forcing you. I'm just saying, Nashi asked and she received. So if you ask, you will receive. So the same thing as it says in the one song, money is coming to me. I believe it. I can feel it. So the same way, yeah. If you want to listen to the songs and they make you feel like you are successful, then you're going to start thinking successful. And when you start thinking successful, your actions are going to be successful because you're always going to have that positivity. I hate negativity. If someone comes to me now and wants to start talking, I actually switch off. I don't even listen to them anymore. I'm just that type of person. I don't want to hear the bad. I want to hear the good, because I know in life, everywhere there is good. When people start talking bad about someone else, I don't even listen to it, because that's not me. I don't know the person. So how can I judge them for not being good until I've got to know them? So that is generally how I also see things. I don't like to judge before I know firsthand. And firsthand, I know that Aureus is working very, very hard behind the scenes to get us all on track to change lives and communities. That's just where I'm going to leave it. Like I always say, I'm going to see you at the top, because the bottom is overcrowded. All right, folks, Friday again, we'll see you at 8:30. 8:30 on Friday. Thanks, folks. All right, there's no more questions. I see nothing in the chat. So yes, we'll see you on 8:30 Friday. And for those of you on Monday that will see us here, we'll see you on Monday at the meet and greet in Johannesburg. Thanks, folks. Have a great one. Until Friday, God send.